What's going on, YouTube? So, everybody's just now jumping onto Vanguard, and we've got a whole lot of weapons to level up. Which ones are good, which ones are bad, what's going to be the best builds out for them. Now, this is the portion where it gets a bit tricky when it comes to builds. Now, there's going to be arguably more than one build for a lot of these guns, considering we do have 10 different attachments. It's similar to Modern Warfare. If you remember, there's more than a few attachments that gave a variety of different play styles you could utilize each weapon for. Some for AR turning into SMG or turning into different weapons altogether, and just utilizing different damage ranges, fire rates, things of that nature, which we didn't really have inside of Cold War. But with this one, it's pretty much doubled, if not tripled. You may see 3 different builds per each gun that would just be as viable as the next one. It just caters to different play styles. And today we'll be talking about the Owen. Now, I know straight off the bat a lot of people may be irritated with this gun, considering there's a giant magazine in front of your face. But I'll tell you right now, once you get the drum mag, it's not as bad. It does cut down a little bit on your visibility, but with this hipfire build, shouldn't be something to worry about. So we'll get into the attachments, show you what I used early on, what's going to be helpful for you utilizing this weapon to level it up as quick as possible, and also some gameplay to showcase how well it can do inside of Vanguard right now. But let's get into the attachments. We've got the muzzle recoil booster. Obviously, this is the ideal for the simple fact that we're getting +2 to fire rate in the beginning. What you'll be wanting to use is just that +2 to accuracy, +1 damage range. From that point going forward, you could just go for the recoil controller accuracy later on. A lot of these aren't going to really help you out until you get that recoil booster. Now, when it comes to the barrel, in the beginning, you'll obviously have the GAWAIN 188. Wouldn't really recommend using this one, considering we have no headshot damage bonus with this. I tried utilizing this with the hipfire build, thinking since we're doing hipfire, we may be hitting a lot less of the head and more of the body and limbs, but the increase that it does is just not enough to actually make it viable. So we'll go for the HOCKENSON 142mm rapid. We're getting that increase to fire rate, and we're getting that hipfire accuracy. And when it comes to the optics, early on you could use whatever you want. Arguably, do not use the iron sight. I know as soon as you'll use it, you'll know why. It's not something I quite enjoyed. But when it comes down to the G16, I've been comfortable with this weapon. I've used this on pretty much every other weapon that I've been using as well. Feels like the 3 times from Modern Warfare or Cold War. It's just comfortable for me, but if you don't want that increased ADS time, you could use something else that's just better off for you. It's all up to personal preference when it comes to the optic on this weapon. Now, when it comes to the stock, early on I was using a Raven 1 MK 1SO. Has that 2 to hip fire accuracy and that movement speed. You could arguably continue to use this even after unlocking all of these, but the big thing that comes with the lore folding, which is what I utilize, is just the 2 to hip fire accuracy, but that sprint to fire speed. We really want to utilize that when it comes to just pushing in and trying to get as close as possible with some of these enemies, considering we don't have the longest damage range, and hip fire generally only good up to 8 to 10 meters. And just outside of that, we will need to ADS, but you'll still have the damage with this weapon to combat with people at that kind of range. Now, proficiency, in the beginning, I was using brace for that initial accuracy and recoil, considering I didn't have fleet already unlocked. One thing to note, reload speed isn't the shortest, but it isn't the longest at the same time. You don't necessarily have to have sleight of hand, but if you do get irritated with that reload time on it, sleight of hand could be a good option to go for, but fleet's just going to add to our movement speed, be able to push in closer to the enemies as fast as possible. Now, when it comes to the kit, in the beginning I was using surplus. Obviously you want that +1 to kill XP just to level up this weapon faster, but right after that, if you not necessarily needing more ammo for this gun, I found myself needing a bit more ammo for this, even though I do run the ammo crate for my field upgrade. I just generally like having that ammo already ready, because there was more than a few moments when just trying to throw down that ammo crate and then someone came around the corner and killed me. It can be very frustrating, and you can eat through a lot of ammo with this gun pretty quickly. 1 to 3 engagements, you could be emptying just about all your ammunition in more than 45 seconds, or sooner than that. Certain situations, maybe but by that point, you probably killed 5 or 6 people. And that's the good thing about this weapon. But at the same time, can be an ammo drainer. But if you do have the field upgrade with the ammunition, not really worried about that ammo, quick would be a good option for that just added sprint speed. And when it comes to the rear grip, in the beginning I was using pine tar grip for that recoil control and hipfire accuracy. And then I kind of traded off for the fabric grip. One of the biggest things about this was I just wanted to increase that sprint of fire speed. You could arguably go for the pine tar just to add more of that hipfire accuracy, recoil control for when you're ADSing, but I'm not sure what hipfire recoil recovery does. I mean, when you look at the numbers, I mean, there's nothing I can clearly see on how this really affects the weapons. Hopefully there'll be a video on that sooner or later that really kind of gives an understanding of this, but I didn't notice any difference other than my sprint to fire and ADS time. Now, when it comes to the magazine, the 7.62 GAWAIN 72 round drum, that's essentially what we're going to be going for the whole time of this. You could arguably go for the 8mm Kurz 60 round drum. It does have hugely amplified damage, but we're taking a huge hit at our rate of fire, and when it comes to that hip fire ability, we want more rounds coming out than less, obviously, if it's more damage. But since we're hip firing, there's going to be a few rounds missed, and the more rounds we can pump out, the more damage we can put in, rather than having more damage for less shots being hit. It's going to work out when it comes down to it. But essentially what this is going to do is increase our fire rate by 3, give us more magazine, ammo capacity, a little bit of recoil control and accuracy for a bit of that mid-range combat when you ADS. But that's going to be the best one going forward. And before that, or before you get that 72 round, the 33 round is going to be that one that you'll want to utilize for leveling up. Now, arguably, 33 rounds is going to be cutting in for a hipfire build, but it's going to have that faster fire rate. You're really going to notice the power of this gun once you get to that 72 round. Now, the ammo type, kind of at a crossroads with this one. I've switched between Incendiary and Hollow Point. Incendiary works well, and Hollow Point, I think the biggest reason I go for Hollow Point is just simply that increased limb damage, considering we're using that hip fire. We're not always going to be hitting the chest. We're not always going to be hitting the head with that hip fire, and a lot of times there's going to be some that are hitting the limbs, so this is going to just increase that damage, even if we do have a couple of shots that just hit limbs. Really utilize or maximize the damage that we can possibly deal with our hip fire. Now, Incendiary could work just as good, but still not really sure how much damage the Incendiary does. There was a couple of times where I died and the person I was firing on still died. Really depends on how much damage you laid into them, and the Hollow Point just seems like it's a better trade-off when it comes to just increasing that damage. When it comes to the underbarrel, in the beginning I was using the Carver foregrip just for that added hipfire accuracy and recoil control, but ended up going with the SMLE pistol grip. You won't get this until later on, and the biggest bonus of this is the 2 to sprint to fire speed. That's just going to help us in those moments when we're trying to push in, get close to the enemy, and then start laying down that fire as quick as possible, or have one of those moments where, say, we come in around a corner and then we notice an enemy's right there, we'll have enough time to be able to pull the gun up and start firing as quick as possible. Now, that's going to be the build for today. This is the hipfire machine. We've got the Owen. We'll be getting into the gameplay here in a second. If you'd like to see some of these weapons leveled up or showcased live as well, hit the link in the description. I'll have my Twitch link down there below in the description. Follow me over there. I'll be streaming this for the next couple of days until Battlefield 2042. Going to get as many of these guns done as possible for that time, but even after Battlefield, we'll still be coming back if there's any more weapons we need to level up, and I'll still be doing a multitude of different builds for some of these weapons that I've leveled up. As I said before, we do have 10 attachments to all these weapons. There's going to be a variety of different combinations when it comes to these attachments, and more than likely a lot of them are going to be viable. They're going to be just suited for different play styles. And when it comes to that, and I know a lot of people don't all have all the time in the world to level up all these weapons, so this could be a good showcase on what's going to be a weapon you'd find worth your while to level up and use in the future of Pacific Warzone or just onward inside of Vanguard's multiplayer. But on that note, we'll get straight into the gameplay, and hope you guys have a good one. What in the fuck are you doing looking back through there? Okay. All right.
Capturing Able. Keep the momentum, and we got this. Double kill. I'm being watched. Taking Able.
Damn.
Recon aloft. We got eyes. They got eyes.
Damn.
Charlie is out. Hostile recon in the air. Spies in the sky. See you never. Closing with Able. Hostile recon in the air. Spies in the sky. Hell of a guard on the way.
Oh, you gotta fucking kidding me. Look at this coming.
I'm being watched. Hostile recon in the air. Spies in the sky. Securing Able. Recon aloft. We got eyes. I'm being watched. Losing objective Baker. Mercy. They got eyes on me. Hostile recon in the air. Spies in the sky.
God.
Closing with Able. I don't quit. Recon airborne. Eyes up. They got eyes up. Cover your head. Enemy bottom.
Ooh. Oh shit.
Being watched.
Ooh. Oh my god, the bots are back again.
Taking Charlie. Time to fight like we mean it. We're dug in at Charlie. I'm being watched. Capturing Able. I'm being watched. Closing with Able. They got eyes on guard dog's ready. Friendly guard dog is on his way. I'm being watched. I'm being watched. Recon, sweeping the sector. I'm being happier than ever. Losing objective Baker.
The lag.
Oh,
Lag is fucking ridiculous.
that incendiary with the hip fire is kind of ruthless.
Bro, what the fuck? That's the second. Thank you. Fuck, fucking cocksucker.
Hey, this is a kid-friendly stream.
When did that happen?
Watch your heads, shells fall.
Oh,
Overrun. Guard dog on call. They got a
Oh. Call that dog in.
friendly guard dog on its way.
Bro, I just spawned in front of two guys. Oh,
Yeah,
and I
same.
killed all three of them. Fucking
I didn't get
hilarious.
that lucky though.
Well, they turned around as I spawned.
Oh.
That's what you get.
Incendiary rounds work well.
Oh my god. Guy over here. Yep, there you go. Onto my glide bomb and come out the fucking glide bomb and it's right there in front of me. Jesus Christ.
You're still using the STG at this point. It's sad.
I'm using it just to
I
get that
use it.
3-round shit because these fuckers are all using
What
it.
me? I cannot hear you.
I love you.
Okay. Love you too. Fuck.
Reaper, there's a guy right there in front of you.
Oh, I'm already dead. I need to get rid of that guy. That guy's the real issue.
Your mom's a whore.
Like enemy bombers! Coming up! Incoming grenade! I'm being watched. Going nowhere!
Are you really going up there with attack insertion? I would have been royally pissed. Well, when you scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, he tends to do that.
No, he just spawned right in front of me.
Yeah, I do that.
I'm being watched.
Oh my god!
There's a flame. Bro, how is he shooting across the map with that?
Capturing Able.
With the flamethrower, he's shooting fucking halfway across the map.
God damn, that thing has some range.
We're
Bro,
dead.
he's really shooting halfway across the map with the flamethrower.
I just spawned in front of this man.
Bro, I spawned right in front of him too, on top of three of his fucking teammates.
Finally got him.
Jesus Christ.
Capturing Baker.
Maybe I'm losing these because of latency. I don't know.
Bro, where am I getting shot from right now? He's on the other side, on the fucking top. All the way in
Cleared
the
him
front,
out.
in the
Cleared
back.
them all out.
Friendly guard dog on his way.
Might be spawning.
They
back
spawned
there,
on the
though.
other side now. They spawned right on top of the other side.
Oh, that's right, guard dog. Give me that double.
Incoming grenade.
Fucking incendiary.
Taking
They're
Baker.
trying to kill my fucking dog.
I'm being watched. They got eyes on me. Closing with Baker. They got eyes on me.
Moon, he's up there. He's up there, Moon.
Taking all objectives. Hold them.
Oh, well, I'll go for that trip cap for a second.
Moon, there's a guy. There's three of them right below you.
I'm being watched. I'm being watched.
Of course, he'd be hiding in that corner.
Bro, he's fucking stunned. How are you so accurate while stunned? He didn't even miss a shot.
Hold the line. I'm being losing objective.
How is he?
Able.
He's behind you, Reaper.
Hostile recon in the air. Spies in the sky.
Oh my god.
Being watched. Taking aim. Being watched. Hostile recon in the
God.
air. Spies in the sky. All objectives secure. Dig in. Losing objective Charlie. Being watched. Charlie is lost. Losing objective Able.
They're on top of seat.
Able is lost. I'm being capturing Able. I'm being watched.
Bro, he's pre-firing a fucking wall?
Oh.
I'm not surprised with this map.
Securing Able. Extending mortar shells. Taking charge. I'm being watched. Incoming grenade. Not all round. They're rushing. Double.
Holy shit, they're fucking all spawning right next to me.
It's too much going on now. I'm fucking it. I'm like fucked.
Yeah, it's just
Bro, I
nuts
spawned right
now.
in front of a guy.
Get your little pussy ass out of there.
I don't know where I just got shot from.